Welcome into sunny Gainesville on a very special Sunflower Saturday.
Sunflower Saturday started when they were wearing yellow ribbons in their hair. Then they started wearing sunflowers.
The color yellow and what that means, it's everywhere.
There's sunflowers all over the field, all over the state.
By putting the sunflowers in their hair, people always ask, like, why are they wearing sunflowers? What's this about?
Now the 2-2 pitch is punched to left field, and battles for Williams. Erickson walks this one off for the Gators, and Florida takes it 9-8 in extra innings. The Gators take the series on Sunflower Saturday.
Hi, I'm Tim Walton, head softball coach at the University of Florida.
I think softball changed dramatically when Tim Walton was hired. Just this holy terror on the recruiting trail.
Second homer of the day for Francesca Anea.
Francesca Anea was the biggest recruit that I had. As we got better as a program, our athletes in our program got better as people.
I had always felt like a passion towards community service and volunteering. You have that Florida brand across your chest, so why not use what Florida softball is to try to help more people?
Francesca Anea has been a pillar of the Gainesville community for the past 4 years. What she's done community service-wise, making the Friends of Jacqueline program.
Trying to get more universities to adopt children that have cancer. I got like a random phone call and it was Friends of Jacqueline, and they said they were so excited that we submitted a form because they have a girl in Orlando that they're ready to place with us. And I was like, wait, I haven't even asked my coach yet.
I was a little concerned, and the concern was that you're gonna put all this time and energy into a young person. The hardest pill to swallow is that this person is suffering, and what does that do to a sports team? And she said, Coach, listen, this. She gave me some perspective. She said, I've seen some impact that we've had on some of these young people. If this is what you are passionate about, I'm not gonna stand in the way. I'm gonna let you do it, and I'll give you the platform to do it in.
I was nervous too. I mean, come on, I was like 20 years old doing all these things, and in the back of my head, I'm like, I hope this all works out well. I'm so scared.
Hey, Heather.
She would say, I love you, but she was just, like, you could see it in her more. She was not a hug person at all. She fist bumped. And if you went in to hug her, she would, like, turn. Like, she didn't like people touching her. She started the fist bump. It was her thing before it got really popular. She loved FSU. It wasn't until later she became a full-fledged Gator. She was a daddy's girl.
Very competitive, not a girly girl. You could not get her in a dress, or, she wasn't gonna wear pink. Whether it was running or playing or soccer, she was competitive with her brother. You couldn't ask for anybody any better than him.
My parents, sometimes they would kind of box us in this room and just say, duke it out until you guys get it out of your system, or they'd force us to like hug until we would stop, yelling at each other. Her and I would butt heads a lot because I'm stubborn, and then she was also stubborn.
But then I think because of her mouth and her stubbornness, I think that helped her when she was diagnosed and had to go through all that.
Like a quarter-sized something in her brain.
She was like, well, is it cancer? And I was so opposed to that word that I'm like, well, we have to think of something else to say, because you can't tell an 11-year-old she had cancer in her brain. So we finally found a doctor. She said, I'm gonna call St. Jude. If you don't take her up there, she'll die. And you can see down the middle of the bottom of her head, that's her incision.
St. Jude is a very great place, but it's got to be one of the most miserable places for those kids with what they're going through. Somehow she was able to make friends, and I think she related a lot to them too, obviously. And I think they all helped each other.
And when they gave the statistics that 80% survive, Heather's like, well, what if I'm in that 20? I'm like, but what if you're in the 80? And she never asked again.
4,000 schools waiting to adopt. Through the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, the Florida softball team gained its newest member, Heather Braswell.
We had Heather Braswell on this campus as an honorary, Gator.
With a malignant brain tumor in January 2008 and received her treatment at St. Jude. She is currently cancer-free.
I get secondhand embarrassment, so God forbid she throws like the worst pitch you've ever seen. It must have gone okay. They didn't ban her from the team afterwards or anything. I would not have paired her with that in a million years. I never would have thought that would have been like the perfect match for her.
Well, she was very quiet and I'm very loud. And so I feel like at first I was trying to make sure I wasn't scaring her with my extraness, I guess. But it was a really special time, and I think that truly solidified the type of program that Florida softball was going to be from there on out.
She went through a run of teams, a run of players that came in as freshmen were seniors when she was still part of the team.
I mean, when I got out and stuff, I wasn't the happiest camper in the world, and so I would come to the end of the bench and I'd put my batting gloves off and I'd take my helmet and I'd set it down and maybe have a few choice of words, and then I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, Heather, maybe you shouldn't have heard that," and she was always like, "It's fine."
When she was in the dugout, I could tell that she was still quiet, and I could tell that she was a little nervous and she really wanted to fit in.
Heather was very tight-lipped. I mean, if it happened and I did not witness it, I mean, that's like a, I don't know, softball code or sister code or not a mom code.
She wanted to be normal. She wanted to just have normal conversations, She didn't want to talk about being sick or cancer.
They treated her like she was just Heather. Every game we had to take them Sour Patch Kids and Twizzlers in case they didn't have enough.
Thanks, Heather. You're the bomb. Us putting Twizzlers in every place we can find, in our hats, in our nose, in our shirts, really to do anything for the rally. We would all have to take a bite of the same Twizzler, and I would always shove it in Heather's face. I was like, "You eat it too," and she would just laugh and take the smallest bite out of it.
Behind all the chewing and the twirling was a spirit, and that spirit captured the imagination of this softball program. They called themselves Team Heather, for God's sakes.
And I think it all kind of made us a little bit closer to her, and we kind of forgot about the perspective almost.
But I don't think she was telling anybody if she was feeling bad. I think she wanted things to be the same as possible.
1-1. Deep drive right center field. Canfield back to the wall, and it is gone.
Strike three. Hannah Rogers with another shutout. Florida just keeps rolling. That one's ripped to right field, and it sails over the wall. The Gators have extended their streak to 22 wins.
And I remember we were taping the games because she enjoyed watching them. She was still very much invested in how the team was doing. From what I remember, they were very much invested in how she was doing too.
And I would just say, Heather has scans coming up. And then her phone would just start blowing up. And whether we were in Memphis and Heather would be like, "Oh, Mom, they're all caught. They're all of them."
First year, she's getting scanned quite a bit. Second year, not as much, but they're still coming back clear, year after year. Usually when you get to year 4, year 5, you think you got it licked.
It was back. One of the first times they had seen the exact tumor come back in the same spot. This is the type of mass that, kids go to sleep and they don't wake up.
So I put together my team that helped me beat cancer for the second time, and it's called Knockout.
In January is when they told us it was terminal. And Heather, I don't know how at 17 you could take it like she did, but she took it better than Scott and I did. She posted on Facebook, like, you know, it wasn't the news we were expecting, but like, don't count me out. You know, we're gonna fight till they find a cure.
I don't think we understood the severity of it coming back as hard and as strong as it did. So it happened really fast for us.
2 outs now with Kelsey Stewart at third and Stephanie Toft. The tying run comes to the plate. Trainer with the pitch, and there's a deep fly ball to center field. McClenny going back, but she'll have room, and McClenny makes the catch at the wall, and the Gator win streak just like that is snapped as Alabama takes the Florida Gators 4-2.
And you're in the middle of season, and there's so much pressure and stuff, and you kind of forget. And when you just never see her again, it was sad to see her kind of decline and that smile kind of dwindle away.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to sit there and not want your child to die, but know she needs to be at peace.
She wasn't angry. She could have been, should have been. I think, you know, she knew we were trying. I hope she wasn't too scared.
Ellen Renfro strikes out 11 Gators, and Tennessee takes all 3 here in Knoxville. It's been a long time since the Tim Walton team has been swept in an SEC series.
I'd never been swept in my entire career. The pitching staff was struggling, to say the least, with keeping the ball in the yard, and we just didn't play very well. I mean, Coach Walton just took us into a room, and he just played the game for us. Didn't say anything, and he said, "You guys have to sit through what I sat through." And we just sat there and watched the entire game. Afterwards, we kind of let it go and figured it out and had some hard practices after that.
I never thought what Heather was doing for them. Like, I just always saw that they were giving so much, but she did a lot for them too.
When she passed away, we used yellow as like a symbol of her. We started wearing yellow ribbons in our hair. It kind of just transitioned to a sunflower because sunflowers are yellow.
Who sets up a celebration of life for a young person around a softball team and their schedule?
We didn't do it based on the family that could come. It was like the Gators have to be there.
That event right there changed the trajectory of every person in our program. The appreciation for one another grew from that day.
And you pay your respects, and you cry, and you spill all these emotions at a service. But now you're going to take this young lady's spirit on a ride that they could not have imagined. In the Super Regional, they're playing Washington. Game 3, win or go home.
Pitches up, Merritt connects. Back, gone! Kirsty Merritt with the walk-off home run to left as she punches the Gators ticket to the College World Series.
I remember my dad wanted my mom to go.
What better opportunity could you have to go up and you're a part of this team? There's just no question, don't worry about it. You just got to do it.
It's hard for me to imagine that it was just like 2 months after Heather died. But there was really nowhere else I would have wanted to be.
Regular season series, much more at stake starting tonight. Best 2 of 3.
This is the biggest game of most people's lives, and the team that can make it the most normal, make it the most normal feeling, and make it feel like they do every other day, that's the team that's usually going to have success in big games.
It was kind of a spur of the moment. We got in on the team's name and sat where everybody sat.
Victor to short. Medina has it. Ball game. A 4-hit shutout for Hannah Rogers.
All you can say is Hannah Rogers. She just like kicked it up into another gear. After the game, Coach Walton kind of like walked by me and he was like, "You want the ball tomorrow?"
And huge news breaking just a few moments ago from the Florida camp. Hannah Rogers, Michelle, who has been nearly untouchable so far in the postseason, not the starting pitcher tonight. Tim Walton going with Lauren Hager instead.
We're going to win this first national championship, and here's how we're going to do it.
End it quickly. Gets the strike.
We're in the national championship. Like, I thought about this when I was like 10. Like, is this real?
Hunt knows it's coming. She gets her hips out of the way so her barrel can come through and the ball can go over.
Told Holly Rowe this would be the pivotal inning, and it is. And Rogers is standing on the top step in the dugout. Will it be the freshman, Delaney Gorley? Case reaches out for it. Back on the grass to throw to first. In time to get the out for Florida. And another pitching change for Florida. And the young lady who most probably thought would get the start again today, now on in relief, perhaps to try and close it out and win Florida's first national championship. Spencer back to Rogers to first. And the Florida Gators win their first national championship.
Everyone jumped before me, so I was like really late on the jump. And then I was like one of the last people on the dog pile, and someone's cleat like ripped my pants open. So worth it. Doesn't even matter at that point. It's not a fun place to be, but it's the best place to be.
And I look up, and at the top of the steps is Terry Braswell at the top of the steps of the College World Series.
She came down and we all got a group hug, and it was a really special moment. She's crying, and then all of us we're already crying because of the situation, just kind of let our emotions out. You do think about Heather, and you think about, you wish she could be there. She deserved to be there.
She should have been on top of that pile when they all jumped on me, you know. You know, some would say she was, but she, you know, she should have been there.
My name's Terry Braswell. I am Heather's mom and Matthew. Heather was 11 when she was diagnosed with medulloblastoma. I volunteer at St. Jude since she died. You are matched with another parent whose child has just recently died, and like you reach out to them once a month and then let St. Jude know if there's any red flags or anything, and St. Jude will follow up and make sure that family gets what they need.
I know it makes her feel better. Again, I deal with things in a very different way than she does, but to see her continue to try to spread Heather's, memory to people, I think that's just her way of healing. As much as it stresses her out, she never complains. She loves it. I don't think it has ever occurred to her that she does not have to do any of that. She's all in.
I can't imagine the happiness and pride that every time they see a sunflower be worn on this field, that they feel that their daughter gets to be thought of for however many years this program's around.
Eventually, coaches come and go, players come and go. But Terry Braswell, she's here all the time. The legacy of Heather Braswell isn't going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
One moment of, yeah, let's do this, has now turned into this legacy. So it means the world to me that we can continue to still talk about Heather, because that's what she deserves.
A crazy fear bereaved parents have is that your child's going to be forgotten. just seeing how much she still impacts people yeah, it makes me really proud.